So here is my theory on which of the following characters are going to get an heirloom. So if you notice back in season 9, Revenant had a buff and an heirloom at the exact same time. Now that was actually an accident. They didn't actually mean to do that. It just lined up with the times where they had his heirloom ready to go for that patch, but they also had his buff, which was overdue for that patch. So that same thing is happening now with Rampart, except this time it's not actually an accident, it's on purpose. So what does that mean? Well, that means you may look at these three characters here, Watson, Crypto, and Rampart, and say, man, nobody ever really plays them. Their pick rate is so low. Well, they have confidence in giving one of those characters an heirloom, even if their pick rate is low, but only if they have a buff that is ready to go for them. And obviously that's Rampart in this case. They have a buff that's been talked about for a while now, and that buff is finally coming. So the heirloom and the buff are both ready in the same patch, so why not put it out all at the same time? Make people want to get the heirloom because of her buff, obviously. So anyways, the whole point what I'm trying to make here is if Watson and Crypto don't have a buff ready to go in the near future, so that's the next 2 seasons, if they don't, then they will not get an heirloom. Now ultimately, the heirloom can go to anybody, let's be honest. But if you ask me, I think it would go to Loba, because in her case, she doesn't actually need a crazy buff. She doesn't need anything right now. She's in a great spot. Her pick rate's in a great spot. You don't have to do anything magical to give her an heirloom. You just give her the heirloom, and people will buy it because people like playing as Loba. Just like anybody else who has a pretty good pick rate, people like playing that character, and you don't have to do anything to the character. They just play the character because they like the character. But someone like these guys down here, people don't play them. So you run into the problem of, dang, should we give that character an heirloom? I mean, it's not really going to sell because no one plays the character. And that's why they always have to do something, like give that character a buff and the heirloom at the same time, because they want people to play the character. So with Loba, you don't have to do that. You just give her the heirloom. She's fine where she is. So that would make perfect sense to me, but obviously I could be wrong. So all in all, my whole point is this. If Watson and Crypto have a buff ready to go in the near future, they're going to be the next 2 to get heirlooms. If they don't have a buff, then they won't get the next 2 heirlooms. It'll go to somebody else. And that somebody else to me would be Loba. It all depends on what they have in store for those characters and what they can get done in time. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope any Rampart mains out there are happy, because you should be. And yeah, we will see what happens next. We have a Halloween event, and then after that we have season 11. So of course I'll catch you guys in between all of that, but until then, we'll catch you guys next time.